What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and today I'm going to be looking back at Infernity. It's a deck I did a pretty long time ago, and I'll start the replays. But golly gee willikers, like this deck is so fun because it's so challenging. If you want to become a better duelist, I feel like if you play Infernity, you will become one. The deck building side of it is difficult, but rewarding. In the combos, and most of these videos are just mistakes that I make, but I'll tell you whether it's like that small bit of potential really does make a big difference. I'm still a big fan of Forbidden Droplets, though. That I don't think will change in the deck at all, because you got to be creative with what you use in your deck, because you can't you don't want hand traps, because a lot of times you don't want things in your hand, so things like Forbidden Droplets are kind of that nice in between. But I think I go into Yugioh here, but I don't like use the effect, right? And I think I even go way too early into getting these traps. Like the whole point of Infernity, or the real point, is to build up, and the last thing you do is traps. Like I could have gotten so many more extenders, and instead I'm kind of piling up. Like this is just not good. Didn't even use the effect to special summon Yugioh, so I'm not even maximizing that at all. So essentially I could have gotten the I still call it Kit, that dumb Infernity monster that special summons 2 from the graveyard. I could have gone into another one, maybe gotten another extender. So, like that's kind of what I wanted to start here. Like I really don't care like if these duels make me look like amazing or not. It's like so like not important to me. I still like Drag by the Grave, or Drag Down by the Grave, because it just lets you look at your opponent's hand traps and kind of get an early read on what you got going on. He's playing Crawlers, so a very, riveting matchup here, obviously. I maybe go off the Raigeki too fast, and this is obviously not a very good hand, but I think I'm able to, like, really go into my plays really quickly, and that's what I wanted to show you, so keep that in mind. Here we go, Into the Void, pretty nice. Void Apocalypse, I'm starting to like this card a little more. Other cards like, Pot of Duality I'm starting to look at. So the deck will change. I will do a new deck profile. My plan is for this week is, this gameplay video, maybe another one, like once I really remember how to play the deck. Some test hand videos and so on and so forth. So again, you'll just always find an extender with Yugioh. Like that's just what it comes down to for the most part. And I really like Yugioh with Infernity Berry. It brings it to 2100, which doesn't seem to make a difference, but it actually kind of does in my opinion. I can go into an Don Dragster, because I know he's going to try to use the effect of this field spell. I have the negate. Was kind of hoping to use it during the next turn, but whatever. What are you going to do? There you go. It tries to use the effect, and then it's gone. Again, it helps with the boosted attacks Yugioh does. And that card has somehow escaped the ban list for so long, and seems like it will for, even longer. I had to go right into the battle phase because of the numbered monster I used, number 60. But it didn't even matter, right? I had lethal, which is kind of funny. And looks like I'm playing Cyber Dragon. One of those like trap-heavy versions, although Cyber Network is probably... Wow, this is like a classic Cyber Dragon deck, right? Pretty cool. I don't even... Cybernetic Hidden Technology, huh? Alright, well... Looks like I got started with Tour Guide, which is always just going to be one of the best extenders. Forbidden Droplets, a Monster Reborn, so I'm already looking pretty good. Continue to just grab different extenders throughout. Not sure I've even used the effect of Necromancer just quite yet. I may go into a Yugioh to find potentially another way to special summon. I do, Infernity Mirage. So obviously this is like my loop 2 more times at least, which is really cool. And here, like I said, you gotta think this all the way through, right? Like step 1 is using Yugioh's effect if you can. Step 2 is using Necromancer effect. Like all that stuff really, really matters. Necromancer can come back, and then the end phase. But I have Forbidden Droplets, 2 Infernity Barriers. I even had a Monster Reborn too. I don't even know if I realized that. Mirror Force. Oh, that's not really gonna do nothing, right? I had to go straight into the battle phase. Wow, it's funny. I like barely even remember this duel. And then the Cybernetic Network, which I like made fun of, right? It comes in handy here. Good thing he didn't have any like kind of targets for it. And Archfiend comes. I can destroy the Cyber Dragon's way. Whew. If I were to lose this one, that'd be a tough one to swallow. just because of like how differently modern the decks are. Although I think Infernity's been around for a long time, and honestly, a lot of it should come off the ban list. It's kind of nuts the, you know, what they're doing here, trying to keep it down. Stuff like Foolish Burial is good, and really Forbidden Droplets just has so many good value. So much of this stuff, like you only need one monster in your hand usually. This is like Dragon Link, although I think he tries to play like a little more of a pure version. Yeah, he's got the Ritual monster in here. I don't think he's able to go into it though. Quad Boral effect, but he ends up just like going into a rank 4 and it doesn't really do anything. So we'll see what I get off the top. 0 max, certainly not bad. Reduce that, and suddenly now, look at me, I have all the pieces that I need because this is going to special summon it from the hand. Archfiend, and now the loop starts. And I guess he just even ends up surrendering there. Here's like one of the other games I had with dragons. I probably go first this time. Archfiend's in the hand, but I can... there's just so much I can do. Right, I had drag down by the grave. Get rid of his pre-prep, so I essentially know I have one less card to negate unless he drew another copy of it. But I think that's one of the big advantages. Like, that could have been a hand trap too. Who knows? Like, it could be a Nibiru. Like, that's really what like the real value comes in from using that card. But I already have 2 forms of disruption. I can actually get into the Necromancer there. So just finding that extra piece. I do run this at 2, you know, basically exactly for that reason. And now I have 3 forms of disruption during his turn, which is typically enough because like the way people usually get rid of it is like Forbidden Droplets, but these are just so hard. Negates from traps are just so good, especially when they're not once per turn. Quad Boral tries to come down. I'm going to negate that again, and then he's going to try to go into Boot Sector Launch once more, and I have Infernity Break to destroy that, and I already knew the last card in his hand was Tracer because I peeped his hand, so you know, get where I'm going with this a little bit. And the kind of a common thing you'll see here, obviously, is that Tour Guide is just very, very good. Kind of does everything that I need to. World Legacy Secession is only once per turn, unfortunately, so I drew both of them. But this is plenty enough to get what I need for the most part. And I'll probably grab another extender here if I'm smart enough. Yep, Infernity Launcher. Yugioh comes down. And again, can't complain too much about all this. This guy's playing a pretty silly deck, but the real reason I wanted to show this is because of how good kind of my open is. And when I really feel good and I do those test hand videos, you know, hopefully I'll have it all down, and I won't make a video until I do, I guess. But this is, you know, this is more than enough than what I need, right? I mean, Forbidden Droplets, double Forbidden Droplets, and double Infernity Barrier, plus the extender for next time. I could care less about Revealing Lights because I have excess Kotaku in this deck. So I'm going to start, you know, just destroying everything that he has. I think I have 3 pops of it. I'll probably just, like, destroy these 2 back row, go back into it, and... Well, actually, it doesn't actually matter. I'd probably go and destroy the Revealing Lights because I have all these Infernity Barriers, and I have, like, tons of ways to special summon everything back. That's a short look of Infernity for now. I just really wanted to get a video out today, so I'll have another one probably labeled like, this is a lot better how to play it. But I think this is a good way to kind of get your guys' heads rolling. Remember what it's all about, because, again, this is one of my favorite decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.